Chancellor Walcott, thank you very much for that kind introduction. And I want to just recognize some of our other partners in this effort, from Governor Cuomo's office, Eric Botcher, who helped us start this project before the governor stole him from us. So Eric Botcher from Cuomo's office, the Anti-Defamation League, the Morningside Center for Teaching Responsibility, PFLAG, Operation Respect. And I want to take 1 second before I say a few more things to thank Michael Mulgrew and the folks at the UFT, because last year they added on to Respect for All's concept, because it's a week, but it's also a policy with their brave initiative, which I think has really helped us keep this a year-round effort, and also given an additional outlet and opportunity when people are in need of making reports or asking for help. And I really think it sent a huge message about how committed the teachers are out there in our classrooms, as well as our principals and administrators, on making all schools safe for everybody. So Michael, thank you very, very much for that. And you know, the thing about Respect for All as a policy and then as a week is making the really important point that we know, even though we're fighting hard against it for a long time, that bullying and harassment still happens. And that if we are going to make the promise of a safe school true for every student, we need to commit on a regular basis to fighting against bullying and harassment. This isn't something you can do just 1 year or just 1 day. It needs to be continual. But it's also something we need to celebrate when we make progress, and celebrate when schools take the time to develop models that work. In the very same way, we celebrate schools that soar academically or win science fairs or things of that nature. So that's why the addition of this effort today, I think, is really important, because we want students and teachers and principals and administrators to know this really matters. Because if you're walking from one classroom to another, and you're afraid that someone's going to pick on you in that hallway, you're going to get beaten up, you're going to get caused horrible names that cause you to feel terrible pain or think less of yourself, you can't really pay attention when you get into either of those classrooms. You're afraid, you're degraded. So saying that this matters so that teaching can occur is incredibly, incredibly important. You know, on the first Respect for All week, I've told this story before, but I think it merits repeating. I was at Bryant High School, which is the alma mater of Councilmember Jimmy Van Bramer, and I was there with Jimmy, and the LGBT group at the school was doing a skit, a Lady Gaga skit. And I sat in the front row, the auditorium was full, and when the young man came out on the stage dressed as Lady Gaga, and, you know, I was 43 years old 2 years ago, had been out as a lesbian since I was 25, and I sat in that seat, and I said to myself, this is horrible. They're going to boo him. This is terrible. Oh, God, this is going to be horrible. And the school roared with applause. He got a standing ovation. And I mention that because I never had a Respect for All. I never had moments in schools where people said everybody matters. It's okay if you're gay. Everybody is great. And when you don't have that, you carry with you the rest of your life a little bit of that belief that you're less than. And these efforts will make sure that when those students are who were in that auditorium with me that day, when they're 40 years old, they don't have any of that internalized homophobia or whatever inside of them. And I just want to thank the Chancellor and everyone who's a part of this, because you helped me that day. You helped me address what I still carry inside of myself as well. So this is a great thing for our whole city, and I'm just very proud of everyone in the council who's worked so hard on it for 3 years, and I look forward to our efforts growing and expanding even further with our great partners in the unions, our great partners at DOE, our great partners in elected offices, and all of the great community and civil rights groups who have been a part of these 3 years and will continue to be part of the future years. Okay?